The next day, a head count was taken. 30 of the 50 metal folk had died. Out of 200 people, over 50 had perished. Their bodies were laid out in the main hangar bay, under tarps and in body bags. The surviving members of family stood over them, weeping. Dr. Wong approached them. "My people, I know this is a hard time, but please try to be quieter." Their faces changed to those of shock. "I'm sorry for your losses," she added with forced sympathy. As she turned to leave, a gasp arose from the mourners. Dr. Wong turned around. Several had risen from the row of the dead. Their death shrouds were in crumpled piles beside them. The people were no longer recognizable. Their skin had shriveled up like prunes and turned dark gray. It fell off like bits of ash, wafting around them. Their hair had become like gray straws, their eyes sunk in black saucers, which lazily moved from one person to the next. One reached out with a shriveled hand. "My son!" someone cried. They came to one of the people's sides. "He's alive! What happened to him?" Amelia had trouble processing what she was witnessing. Something was very wrong here. That much was for certain. How were they alive? Their vital signs were checked. They had definitely perished in the blast. As the family members convened on their loved ones, Sakaya appeared beside her. "Get them out of there," she said urgently. "They've turned. They're Sineers. Get the people away now." "Excuse me?" Amelia said. The people didn't hear her. "Do not approach them! Move away!" Sakaya practically shouted. One of the women turned toward her in surprise, and the Sineer closest to her wrapped its hands around her throat from behind. One clawed the next citizen across the face, tearing off his nose. "Vernon!" Amelia screamed. The Sineers fanned out. Lunging for the nearest person, they pounced and gashed whoever they grabbed. A burst of gunfire lit up the main bay. Vernon and several guards closed in on the monsters as they fired. Plumes of skin puffed out wherever bullets struck them. The Sineers kept tearing their victims apart, taking no notice of the shots. Sakaya joined them and unloaded. When Vernon was right on them, he stopped. "Oh my God, what are they?" A Sineer swiped at him, and he fired into its head. It dropped to the floor. The guards, seeing this, aimed upward, dumping their magazines into each target until nothing moved. Some victims writhed around, clutching their faces, necks, and chests. Others lay motionless. "Do not touch the Sineers without protection," the doctor warned. "We do not know what we are dealing with. We must wrap them up and discard them properly." "What else will we have to endure?" a citizen yelled. Amelia wondered the same thing.